everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Simona and today we have a very nice hip opening yoga flow. We'll target mainly the outer hips, but we'll also do a bit of inner hip opening as well as inner groin opening. So when you're ready, meet me in a seated position and we'll start in a Skandasana, which is this easy seated position where we cross the shins and we create this kind of a triangle shape with the legs. If you're rounding your spine too much or your knees are way up high, you can sit on a block or a pillow or anything that will elevate your seat a little bit and give some more length in your spine. Then once you have that, make sure you're crossing the shins somewhere in the middle of the shin and the knees and the feet are more or less in one line. Then flex your feet and let's start with the right shin in front. So I'll do the same side as you, I'm not going to be mirroring you. And then once you have this position with the right shin in the front, feet in one line with your knees, shins crossed parallel to the edge of your mat. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, begin to lean forward, folding over your legs. You can maybe extend your arms forward, folding directly over your legs. We'll spend a few more moments here, breathing deeply through the nose. Inhale, feel the hips opening up, especially that right hip, the same hip that we have the shin in front. And breathe, keep flexing your feet. One more inhale and exhale. Now slowly walk your arms over to the left, folding diagonally now, 45 degrees over to the left, essentially reaching away from the stretch in the right hip, which always intensifies the stretch. One more deep breath here, inhale and exhale. Slowly walk the hands over to the left, reach your left fingertips in line with the left hip, and then extend the right arm up and overhead, bicep along your ear, reaching over to the left. You can begin to bend that left elbow, and if you're a bit more flexible, you can even lower the elbow all the way down. But make sure that the right hip stays grounded on the mat, so we don't want to be leaning so much that the hip begins to lift off. Still grounding down, still keeping the feet flexed. Breathe into the right side of your waist. One more inhale. And exhale. And inhale, come up. Let's switch the legs. So now the left shin will be in front of the right. Once again, make sure you're crossing the shins somewhere in the middle. Feet are flexed, feet in line with your knees. Find a tall spine. Inhale. And exhale, begin to fold forward over your legs. Maybe extend your arms forward, folding directly in the middle, directly over your shins. Keep flexing the feet. Keep pressing down into the earth through the outer edges of your feet. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Now let's slowly start to walk our arms over to the right, reaching diagonally now to the right, so away from that stretch in the left hip, but still making sure that the left hip is still grounding down into the earth, so we don't want to have it lifting off. And keep reaching through the left fingertips, especially as the left hip moves down towards the earth. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Now walk the hands over to the right. Extend your right arm out to the side in line with the hips and reach the left arm up and over. Reach your bicep along your ear, and if you want, you can even ground down through the right elbow, but that's not essential. What's important is that you're actually feeling a stretch along the side of your waist. Keep that right ear and shoulder separated so that the shoulder is actually moving down away from your ear, and you're engaging your side muscles to hold you upright. One more deep breath here. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, come back up and lift up. Good. Now let's come into a tabletop position. So make your way into tabletop all fours. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spread through your fingers. And let's inhale to lift the chest as we drop the belly down and arch through our spine. Inhale. Now exhale, tuck the tailbone around your spine and gaze towards the belly as you exhale. Inhale, arch through your spine, lift the tailbone up, lift up through the chest. Inhale. Exhale, around your spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. 2 more. Inhale, arch your spine, gaze up. Exhale, around. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And come back to neutral spine. Now we'll find some more mobility in the legs. So flex your left foot. And we're going to create circles with that left leg, keeping the knee bent to about 90 degrees. So first we'll lift the leg up, straight back, knee in line with the hip, foot flexed. Now we'll circle the leg out to the side and then circle it back down without lowering it to the mat. So that's a circle in one direction. See if you can keep your core engaged and your whole body stable, and the leg is the only thing that is moving. So we're trying to isolate the movement in the hip socket, engaging the muscles of the glutes. Let's do 1 more circle. Make them really slow and controlled. It doesn't matter how high the leg lifts when it's lifting. Now, staying like this, we'll circle the opposite direction. So first we will open the leg out to the side, then we circle it back and up, and then lower it down. Nice, let's do 2 more. Go slow. Circle and lower down the knee. 1 more, open out to the side, circle it back and up, and lower it down. Good job. Now listen close. We'll lift the leg out to the side and we'll hold it for 3 breaths. I know it's challenging, but we're engaging the glute muscles that we're going to be stretching in a moment. So if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, you can extend the leg. Inhale. And now exhale, lower the foot down. I'll move a little bit to the side so you can see me a little bit better. So your foot is now on the floor, leg is extended, foot in the same line as the right knee. Now we're going to sit the hips back over the right heel. So it's a half child's pose, half straddle. And you're probably already feeling a stretch along the inner left thigh. And then you can walk your hands forward as you fold the forehead down. Allowing your head to rest down onto the mat for a moment. Inhale and exhale. Slowly lift up and return back into your regular tabletop. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll flex the right foot. We'll lift the leg back and up, keeping the knee bent to 90 degrees. Then we'll circle the leg out to the right, keeping it as high as we can, and then lower it down. So we have 4 more circles in this direction. Make them really smooth and really mindful. And see if you can work with only the leg. So we don't want to initiate the movement from the pelvis or from the back. We really want to engage that glute as much as we can. Stay strong and really feel the muscles working to move the leg in space. Good job. 2 more. Keep breathing. 1 more. Mindful circles. Good. Now we'll reverse the direction. 3 circles only in this direction. So leg opens out to the side, then circle it back and then down. 2 more. Lift it out to the side, circle it back and down. Nice. 1 more. Lift it out, reach it back and lower it down. Now next one, we're going to lift the leg out to the side and we'll hold for 3 breaths. Now do your best, shift more weight into the right hand, engage the muscles of the right glute, right hip. If you want to challenge yourself, extend the right leg for 1 breath. Inhale and exhale, lower the right foot down, Keep the right foot in line with that left knee. And we're going to sit the hips back over that left heel as we extend the arms forward, and we allow our chest and our head to lower down towards the mat. Nice. Excellent work. Keep breathing. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Now slowly begin to lift up, coming back into your tabletop. Tuck your toes and let's lift up into downward facing dog. When you're riding your down dog, feel free to bend through your knees, bending one knee then the other, pedaling through your feet, reconnecting with your breath. One more inhale and exhale. Now find stillness and let's rock the hips to the right by lowering our heels to the right, bending the knees, sitting back a little bit, pressing through the hands. Then lift and come back up through center. Lower your heels to the left, bend the knees, sit the hips back, press through the right hand, and come back through center. Well done. Good. From here, inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right knee and open your hip to the right. 3 circles here with the right leg. Drawing big circles with the right knee in the air. 1 more. And now inhale, re-extend the leg, reach it back and up, maybe square your hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the knee towards the outside of the right elbow and step the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Lizard lunge. Now we'll take a moment here, come onto your fingertips and lift your chest as you lower your hips down towards the earth. You should be feeling a nice stretch along the front of that left hip flexor as well as the inner left groin and thigh. Good. Keep lifting through the chest. Keep reaching back through the back heel, keeping the back knee as straight as you can get it. Very nice. Let's rock forward and back here. Forward and back. Initiating the movement from the back ankle. Rocking forward and back onto the toes. Nice, and come back through center. Now let's tap the back knee down and then lift it up. So we're tapping and lifting the back knee. That really engages the legs, brings some heat as well as stretch into the leg. 1 more. And now we'll lower the back knee, point to the toes, and take a moment here. If you want, you can even lower down onto your forearms if you're a bit more flexible. But that's not essential, it doesn't really matter. Only if your body allows. And then wherever you are, we'll all turn the right toes to point to the right, 45 degrees. And then we'll come onto the outer edge of that right foot. Then we'll lift and press the right hand onto the right knee, helping it to gently move out to the right as we open up through the chest, finding a nice gentle twist through the spine, maybe lean back a little bit. If you want, you can reach back through the right hand, maybe catching a hold of that back foot, finding a nice quad stretch here. If you have your foot, you can press the foot back into your hand to help you deepen through your twist in your spine, opening up through the heart a little bit more. Maybe lift the gaze, inhale, exhale. Slowly release the back foot, lower the right hand down, lift the back knee up, and then we'll step the right foot back next to the left into your downward facing dog once again. You can pedal through the feet. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. Let's do the second side. So left leg now, reach it back and up, inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee and open the left hip out to the left. 3 circles with that left leg. Again, make them smooth, make them big, make them mindful. Keep the breath going. And then re-extend the left leg, reach it back and up, see if you can square it through the hips. Inhale. And now we'll exhale, we'll step the left foot on the outside of that left hand with as much control as we can find. And then we'll find our lizard lunge here. You can come onto your fingertips and lift your chest up a little bit more as you allow the hips to sink down a little bit more. A few breaths here. See if you can keep straightening the back knee, reaching back through the back heel. And now let's rock forward and back, initiating the movement through the back ankle. As we reach the back heel, forward and back. Then pause in the center, and we'll tap now the right knee down and then lift it up. So we're tapping right knee down and up. 3 more. See if you can keep lifting through your chest. 1 more. And now we'll all lower the right knee down, point the right toes, and find your lizard. So you could stay right here. You could also lower down onto the forearms, but only if it's available in your body. And then always listen to your body. So if that doesn't feel good, don't force it. You know, flexibility takes time, and it doesn't really mean much if you're able to lower down onto the forearms. All right, from here we'll all turn the left toes out to the left 45 degrees. Then we'll roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. And then the left hand can come onto the left thigh, gently helping it to lower a little bit further to the left, but not really pressing. It's just there for support as we open up through the chest a little bit more. If you want, you can bend the back knee, reach back and maybe find the foot. If you found the foot, you can then work to find a quad stretch, maybe press that foot into your hand as you lift up and expand a little bit more through the chest. 2 breaths, inhale, exhale, 1 more, inhale, and exhale. We'll slowly release the foot if we had it. We'll lower both hands down to the center. Lift the back knee up off the mat, press into your hands and step the left foot back next to the right for your downward facing dog. Again, option to pedal through the feet. And from here we'll find 2 sun salutations, but we'll float through a malasana when we get to the top of the mat. Malasana is yogi squat. So first we'll step the right foot on the outside of the right hand, then the left foot on the outside of the left hand, toes slightly turned out, and allow your hips to sink down as you bring your palms together in front of the heart and you use your elbows on the insides of your knees to gently help them move away and out to the sides. Nice, inhale here and exhale. Now we'll inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up to the sky, lengthen, and exhale, hands in front of your heart. Nice. Now inhale once again, reach your arms up to the sky, and exhale, squat down into your malasana. Inhale, find length in the malasana, and exhale, plant the hands down, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, find your plank, take a breath in. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Point your toes. Have your hands onto the mat, either side of your chest. Squeeze the elbows in towards the side ribs. And inhale, lift up through the chest for cobra. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale, lift up, cobra. And exhale, lower down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, lower down. Good. Tuck your toes, press down, send your hips back and up, and then extend through the legs for your downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now left leg will step on the outside of the left hand. Right foot will step on the outside of the right hand. Lower your hips down, lift up through the chest, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, sink the hips a little bit further down. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Power through the legs, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, maybe gentle back bend. Exhale, come all the way down to squat. Inhale, find length in the squat. Exhale, plant the hands down, step the left foot back, right foot back, find your plank. Inhale. Exhale, either through cobra or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or your cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Really excellent work. 2 breaths in your down dog. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Now we'll inhale to reach the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right knee, open your hip. We'll stay here for 1 breath. Inhale and exhale. See if you can keep squaring the chest down. Inhale. Now as we exhale, we'll lean forward, shift the weight forward into your hands, squeeze the right knee towards your chest, and step the right foot forward in between your hands. Lower the back heel down and come up into warrior 2. Lengthen through your arms, reach in opposite directions through your fingertips, sink the hips down, making sure you can still see your big toe of the right foot. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Lean forward, reach the right fingertips on the inside of the right foot as you reach up and then over with the left arm for side angle. And here you're working to press the right arm into the right knee to guide the right knee further back behind you as you scoop the right tailbone underneath you, which will then help you to open up through the chest a bit more and then reach and reach and reach through those left fingertips. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Really press down through the right heel. And imagine you want to squeeze your feet towards each other, which will engage your inner thighs. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, reach the left arm up. Press into your feet to come up. Reverse warrior 2. Reach the right arm up and back. Keep bending through the right knee. Deep breath in and out. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Now straighten through the right leg, lower the right hand down, turn your right toes to face the long edge of your mat, and we'll find a wide-legged forward fold. So both toes turned in slightly, heels turned out slightly. Hands onto your waist, bring your elbows towards each other behind you as you lift up through the heart. Inhale. Exhale, begin to fold forward in between your legs, keeping a straight spine for as long as possible. It's okay to bend your knees. And then eventually round your spine, release your head down completely. Exhale. Inhale. If you want, you can release your arms down. If your fingertips touch the ground, that's fine. You can use it for support. If not, hands can be on your shins. Or if you want, you can just allow your arms to dangle in the air. Keep bending your knees a little bit so you're not hyperextending through the joints. And keep pressing through the outer edges of your feet. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Place your hands back onto your waist, bend your knees, and slowly roll through the spine to come all the way up back to standing, but take your time with this. Lift up slowly, and the head will lift up last. Now from here, we'll find goddess. So turn your toes out to the sides, and we'll bend the knees, and we'll sit the hips down. This works the inner thighs very nicely, and also the quads. Lift up through your chest a little bit, maybe open your arms out to the sides, palm facing up. We'll hold here for a moment. Inhale And exhale. Now let's pulse it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now place your hands on the insides of your thighs, lock your elbows, and shrink up your shoulders towards your ears as you allow your hips to melt down. So here you're really essentially locking your elbows joints, which then means that your arms are straight and strong, which press your knees out and back. So your hips don't really have to work very hard here. And you can even sway gently side to side. Inhale. And now exhale, drop the left shoulder in the center as you twist to the right. Now inhale back through center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder in the center as you twist to the left. Inhale back through center. And exhale, straighten your legs. Hands in front of the heart, and we'll find Skandasana, which is a side lunge into the right leg first. So begin to bend the right knee, peel the left toes up off the mat, and sit your hips all the way down. It's okay if the heel wants to lift. If you can lower that heel all the way down. Lift up through the chest, inhale, and exhale. Now we'll float between the left and the right side, twice on each side. If you need to use your hands down onto the ground for support like this, you can totally do that. On the left, and then once again to the right. If you can do this without using your hands, then I invite you to give it a try. If it's not working, don't worry about it. Coming back into the right leg when you're ready. From here, we'll turn to face the front of the mat, plant the left hand down, turn all 10 toes to face forward, and extend the right arm up to the sky for a twisted lunge. Maybe look up towards the right arm. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now we'll turn all 10 toes now to point to the right. And if that's a bit too challenging, you can walk the right foot a little bit further down onto your mat so it's more in line with that left hip. And then we'll drop the hips down to hover off the mat as we reach the right arm back. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale, press into the left hand, into the left foot to lift the hips up and reach the right arm overhead. 2 more. Inhale, lower down, exhale, lift up, reach up and over, press into the outer edge of that right foot and left foot. 1 more. Hover the hips and then press and reach up. Nice. From here, we'll step the right foot behind the left leg for wild sting. Sink the hips down and then press into the feet and into that left hand to reach your hips and your chest up towards the sky. Expand. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now square through your chest, coming back into your downward facing dog with control. Cross the right ankle over the left leg for figure 4 in your downward dog. So right ankle is crossed over the left thigh. Make sure you're flexing that right foot and keep pressing into your hands to send your chest back towards the legs. You can come high onto the left toes and bend the left knee as much as you need. Now you have the option to stay right here and breathe. If you want a little bit more, you can walk the hands back, coming towards a forward fold over that left leg. Hands can be on the floor, fingertips can be on the floor. If you want, you can hover the fingertips, maybe place the hands in prayer in front of your heart and find a position like this where it's like a chair, half forward fold in figure 4. And breathe. If you want to try the arm balance, it's just an option that I'm offering. You don't have to. You can hook the right shin on top of the arms, lean slightly forward, maybe hover the left foot off the mat, and breathe. And slowly release. We'll all come back into our downward dog. Release the right foot down, step it next to the left. Find your regular downward facing dog. roll forward through a plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Bend that left knee and open the hip to the left. One deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And now as we exhale, we'll step the left foot in between the hands as we lower the right heel down, and we inhale to come up into your warrior two. Reach your arms out to the sides, sink the hips down. Make sure you can still see the big toe of that left foot. And if you can't, then you just need to bring that left knee a little bit more to the outer edge of that left foot. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now lean forward and lower the left fingertips on the inside of that left foot. And then you can use that left arm to press into that left knee and guide it towards the back. At the same time, scoop the left sit bone underneath you as you open your chest out to the side and reach the right arm up and over, reaching forward through the right fingertips. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Keep pressing down through the left heel. Keep scooping that sit bone underneath you. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Press through the feet. Lift up. Find your reverse warrior two. Keep the front knee bent. Reach the left arm up and over. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Come up. Straighten the left leg. Now find our Skandasana, our side lunges straight away on this side. So turn your toes out to the sides a little bit. Hands can come in front of your heart. Begin to bend that left knee as you lift the right foot off the mat. And then sit your hips down all the way or as low as you can go. Hands can be on the floor for support. And that left heel can also be lifted if you need it to. Now let's switch over to the right side towards the back of the mat. If you can, try not to use your hands in the transitions. Back onto the left leg. 1 more. Shift over to the right leg. And back to the left leg. Well done. Now we'll turn to face the front. Plant the right hand down underneath the right shoulder. All 10 toes point to the front now. And extend the left arm up to the sky for your side twisted lunge. Good job. 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now we'll turn all 10 toes to point now to the left, so to the long edge of your mat, and you can walk the left foot a little bit further down on your mat, so it's more in the same line as the right hip. And then we'll sink the hips down towards the earth as we come onto the outer edge of that left foot. Reach the left arm back. Inhale. And exhale, press into the feet into the right hand as you lift the hips and reach the left arm overhead. 2 more. Lower the hips down, reach back. And lift up, reach overhead. 1 more. Sink the hips down, reach back. Lift up. Good. From here, step that left foot behind you onto the floor for wild thing. Sit the hips down, press into the feet, lift the hips up. Lift the heart. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly return back into your downward facing dog. And let's cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Finding your figure 4 in downward dog. Make sure that the left foot is flexing. And you can bend the right knee a lot, and you can even come high onto the right toes, onto the ball of the right foot. And keep pressing into your hands to send your chest back towards the legs. Now you could stay right here, work on your figure 4 down dog. If you want, you can walk the hands back towards the right foot. Coming onto the fingertips is fine. Find the forward fold. Make sure the left foot is still flexing. If that stability is working out, you can then hover your fingertips or maybe even place your hands in prayer in front of your heart and stay here, finding length through your spine. Flexing the left foot, really sending the tailbone back, opening up through that left hip. Staying right here, or if you want to try, you can try the arm balance. Hooking that left ankle foot and the left shin over your arms. Leaning forward, maybe staying here, maybe hovering the right foot off the mat. Inhale and exhale and release. Walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Release the left foot down. Find your regular downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. One vinyasa. Inhale, come forward towards a plank, either cobra or chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm. Hopefully your hips are feeling nice and open. We have a little bit more to go. Inhale, reach the right leg up. And exhale, come forward into a pigeon pose on the right leg. So lower the right knee and shin down. Knee in line with the right hip more or less. And then your shin could be close to you. So the right foot can be close to the groin, or the right foot can open out to the side, depending on how flexible you are. For this one, I'm going to keep it quite tight. And then lift up through your chest. See if you can square the hips to the front. And if you have a big gap between the right hip and the mat, you could place a pillow or a block underneath the right hip, which will provide a little bit more support. But it's not always essential, so see how it feels for you. One more breath, staying upright here, squaring through the hips. And when you're ready, slowly begin to fold forward. Maybe you can lower down onto the forearms. Or if it feels good for you, you can lower your head down onto your hands, your forehead down. Relaxing over the right leg. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Allowing your whole body to melt down. Finding a nice opening across the right side of your hip. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Well done. Slowly begin to lift your chest up. And now we're going to transition into cow face or Gomukhasana. So we'll lift the back knee up and we'll begin to walk the back knee towards the right knee so that you can eventually tuck the left knee behind the right. Open your feet out and then sit your hips back in between your feet. It's a little bit funky. So the shape looks like this. Now, if your legs are very lifted like this, that's fine. Just stay where you're at. You can even sit again onto that block or pillow to elevate the hips a bit. But the idea is that you're aiming to more or less have the knees stacked on top of each other and the feet either side of your hips. Now, the more forward the feet go, the deeper the hip stretch will be. So see where you're at and work to your own level, making sure that both sitting bones are grounded down. And then inhale, find a tall spine. And exhale, maybe fold forward over the legs. 3 breaths here. Find ease in your hips. See if you can relax the legs. Allow the tension to leave your body. One more breath. Good, and slowly come up, lift your chest. Now one more pose in this little sequence. Lift yourself up a little bit, and let's all turn to face the long edge of the mat so that we have more space. So right knee will stay bent, left leg will extend out to the side. Similar to what we did in the beginning of class where we did the half child's pose, half straddle with the leg extended. Now we'll do the same-ish, but we'll keep the hips lifted in between the foot and the knee. So we're not going to sit back like we did last time. We're going to stay upright with the hips, and we'll see how far we can walk that extended leg out to the side. So right foot and right knee are more or less in one line, and you begin to kind of lower your hips down as much as you can. So if you're somewhere like this, and this is your totally maximum level because you're feeling a very massive sensation along the inner legs, then that's great. Just stay there, work to that level, you know, feel the sensations in your body, and slowly with time that will open up. The more you practice this, the more flexibility you will gain for sure. Now if you're a bit closer to the floor, maybe you can lower down onto your forearms and see that in fact the more forward you lean with your torso and with your hips, the more intense it will feel. So if you're sinking back, it's a bit easier, I would say. So lean forward a bit more. Let's spend 2 breaths here. I know this can be very, very, very intense, so just be patient with yourself. Don't force anything. Okay, and let's lift up. Lift up any way you can. Turn to face the front of your mat. Tuck your toes, and let's come back into downward facing dog. Now let's float through a vinyasa. If you want to skip it, just stay in your down dog. Otherwise, roll forward through a plank. Lower down either onto the belly or through chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, either cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now left leg will reach up and back. Inhale. And exhale, come forward into your pigeon pose. So lower the left knee and shin down. Walk the back foot back a little bit. Lift up through your chest. And see if you can square your hips to the front. If you need to prop the left hip up onto a block or a pillow, feel free to do that now. Making yourself comfortable here, making sure you're feeling that stretch into the left hip. And I didn't say it on the first side, but if ever the left or the front knee feels painful, just back out of it a little bit. You could even do the figure 4 stretch we did earlier lying on your back. But we don't want to feel any pain in the front knee. And from here you can walk forward, maybe lowering down onto your forearms. And if it's comfortable, you could even lower down forehead onto the hands. Resting your upper body over that left leg. Surrendering to the sensations in that left hip. Allowing the hip to open up. Two more breaths. One more breath. Slowly lift up. Let's find that Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So lift the back knee, begin to walk the back knee towards the left leg, and then eventually slide the right knee behind the left knee, open the feet out, and then sit the hips back in between your feet. So take your time with this shape. Be patient with yourself. Again, reminder that if the left knee is lifted like this, that's fine as well. Just work to your level. Again, you can sit on something which would make it a bit easier. And wherever you are, make sure that both sitting bones are on the floor. So we don't want to be lifting up like this. We want to try and have both hips down. From here, find a tall spine. And maybe lean forward over the legs, folding a little bit. And breathe. It doesn't matter how deeply you fold. Again, what matters is that you're actually feeling an opening in your hip. One more deep breath. And slowly lift up. All right, we have that half frog, half straddle pose. So again, I'll turn to face you along the long edge of the mat, and the left knee this time will stay bent and the right leg will extend. So again, walking that right foot out to the side as much as you can, and then lowering your hips down, 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 staying as low as you can. Smile. I know it's very intense. You could lower down onto your forearms and just breathe, sending the hips forward a little bit more. Well done. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Okay, slowly lift up. Ease out of that. Turn to face forward. Come back into your down dog. We'll find one final vinyasa. If you want to skip it again, you can skip it. If not, roll forward through your plank. Lower either way, either all the way down or through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job. Now let's come all the way down, back onto the floor. Similar to the same thing we did in the beginning of the class, but this time we'll try to find a double pigeon. If it's not working out, we can do the same thing as in the beginning of the class. So we'll start with, I'll face you so you can see me a little bit better. You can stay facing the front, that's fine. So we'll start with that same cross-legged position. Again, invitation to sit on something if you need to elevate your seat. You could again start with the right shin crossing in front of the left and the feet in one line as your knees. If you want to go a bit deeper, you might want to try crossing the right shin on top of the left shin, making sure that the feet are really flexed. Now, if doing this means that you end up somewhere here with that leg really lifted, then that just means your hips are not there yet. So by all means, lower the foot on the ground, stay in the position we did in the beginning of the class. That's perfect. If you want to go a bit deeper and your legs are somewhere like this, then I think that's a good place to be, as long as it's not feeling too uncomfortable on your knee, in which case back out and do the first variation. And then once you have your position here, flex the feet, press down through the outer edges of the feet. Find a tall spine, inhale, and fold forward as you exhale over the legs. So again, folding directly in the middle, directly forward and over the legs. 2 breaths. Hopefully you're feeling a stretch into the right hip especially, which is the hip of the leg that is in front or on top of the left shin. Now let's walk the arms and the fingertips over to the left, so diagonally to the left, away from that right hip, away from that intensity of the stretch in the right hip essentially, which actually intensifies the stretch, but hopefully not too much. All right, and then walk your hands all the way to the left. Extend the left arm in line with the left hip and reach the right arm up and over for your side body stretch. Once again, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And come up and lower. Good, let's switch the legs. So now the left shin will be on top of the right or in front of the right if you're doing the other variation. Again, make sure you're actually flexing your feet. So this is pointed, this is flexed. So you're flexing your feet and you're really pressing down through that outer edge of the foot. Lengthen through the spine, inhale. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. Extend your arms straight in front of you. And fold. 2 deep breaths. One more deep breath. Now walk your hands over to the right. Reach, especially through that left hand. Make sure you're still grounding down through the left hip. 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Walk all the way to the right. Extend the right arm in line with the right hip and reach the left arm up and over. You could lower down onto the right elbow. Keep reaching to the left fingertips. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come back up through center, and you're done. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. I hope your hips feel nice and open, and I hope to see you again on the mat. Namaste.